If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast, with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download the Anchor app or go to Anchor.fm to get started. Do you want to start?
Welcome back to Listen to the Words.
There you go. Throw your hands up in the air like you just don't care.
Whoop, whoop.
So this is a show where we pick a song from any genre or even any language and dive a little deeper into the meaning of the song and how we interpret it as a listener. And we also give you a little history behind the song. Now, we just got back from a quick trip.
Very quick. That was quicker than expected.
Yeah, we drove up to Gaffney, which is about
30
half an hour.
minutes.
Yeah, to get our TSA pre-check stuff in order.
So hopefully we get it sooner rather than later since we're leaving in
think so.
58 days.
I think we'll be all right because I used to have a government ID, and so they've run my background several times. So I think we'll be all right. At least I will be. That's all I care about right now.
Gee,
is
thanks.
me getting on the plane, and I'll just take Soph with me. And
Yeah.
if you have to stay in TSA, that's on you. We'll see you when we see you. But should we talk about? Well, one of the news is that our above ground pool decided to die.
Yeah, that was fun. Well, we're not really sure what's going on. Like it was pulling up water
On one random side.
but then it's like moving around the pool, so the base of the pool.
So what happened was all of a sudden, I thought it was rainwater, to be honest with you. It
Yeah.
was water that was pulling up on one random little side of the pool.
Like where the pump is.
Yeah, where the pump is. So I'm thinking maybe the pump was leaking. So I checked all the connections on the pump. That's all fine.
Yeah.
I'm checking the hoses.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Because sometimes they'll drip a little bit, but not that much.
But this was a consistent
puddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was afraid that it's gonna just sit there and start. It attracts mosquitoes. It starts getting a little just funky. So I grabbed my leaf blower and I blew all the water away. And I'm like, okay, 2 + 2, wind blows the water away.
Right.
So cool, it'll dry up. I kid you not, I finished blowing and I turned around to put the leaf blower away, another pool. And I was like, okay, there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
So I'm sticking my head in the pool trying to find a hole because the first hole we had, I was able to locate it.
Right. It was kind of easy to locate because we could see it. It was easier to see.
It was, yes and no. It was noticeable.
Yeah.
So I found the hole. But with this one, I'm looking at it, I was like, I cannot find this hole.
And we could notice, too, with the other one, we noticed the level of the water was going down as well.
Yeah.
And this one...
The water was consistently at the same level, so I don't understand what was happening.
Yeah.
So all I can think of is there's a hole on... There must be like a slight slit.
That we just can't see.
That we can't see, so we had to empty out the pool water because, A, it's pooling up water near the house, and that's going to cause an issue with the foundation of the house.
Right.
And B... The water needs to be dumped anyway. I've kept up with it, but with me trying to figure out where this hole is, I didn't want to put chemicals in it and keep up with it.
Right.
So I was like, let me just let it go to waste.
Yeah.
So we empty out the pool, but yesterday we took the pool apart.
Yeah.
It's off to the side drying, but the hole was finally, now it's drying up.
Yeah.
So it's the pool.
Yeah.
At one point I thought it was the septic tank, that something was wrong with the septic tank. It was like getting all weird, but it's the pool.
No, it's the pool.
So it's going to be a little bit of time before we put it back up because it's 100 degrees outside and I'm not about that life.
Well, and there's like rocks where we put it and we need to do better at getting grading that and getting the rocks up.
We were so brand new to the game that it was like, oh, pool, let's put it together. And we put it together and we did it. We did a decent job. And
we put a big tarp down and I even folded it in half. And because it was a huge tarp, I ended up actually getting the wrong size, but I'm kind of glad I did. And
it smelled horrific when I took that.
Oh, it smells horrendous because of that one hole that we had, I think.
Yep.
And then now this one, whatever the issue was, it's all like
so I was
damp
afraid
and wet.
I was afraid it was gonna be like a mold issue. So we just took it apart, emptied it out. It took 5 hours to empty out that pool.
Yeah.
But we'll let it dry out, and then at some point we'll put it back together again. If this season, if not next season.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of no point in putting it back together because we're just going to dump it all out again because it's going to start cooling off soon.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
So
we'll see what the temperature is like the next coming weeks, and we'll plan it accordingly. So we got our TSA pre-check
PSA
done. So hopefully we'll get that done so we can get on the plane quick when we go to Disney. Do you want to say what's going on?
Yes. So because they don't listen, I don't think. Gavin might, my nephew might, but I don't think my sister does. Anyways, so my sister came and visited, and her
last Thursday.
Yeah, last Thursday. It was my sister and her youngest daughter, her son, and her husband. So they came. They were in Asheville, and we're like an hour from Asheville. So they came the day that they were leaving Asheville, and then they were going to go to Atlanta after they saw us because they wanted to take their daughter to the aquarium because she had never been. So,
which is such a cool place to take a young kid.
Yeah, it's really cool because she's 8, so she's like at a really good age to go to that aquarium, and it's like one of the best aquariums. So anyways, so they came and they hung out for a little while.
It's sad that once you go to that aquarium, you can't go to another aquarium. All the other ones are like,
yeah, it's like they pale in comparison to to Atlanta.
It's just no.
But
when you're able to walk in a tunnel and there's a whale that swims above you,
a whale shark,
you can't top that.
Yeah. And so anyway, so they came and they spent the afternoon with us, with me and Sophia because you were working.
I spent a little bit of time with them.
Yeah.
Not long.
But they had never seen the house, so they got to see the house. We went to eat. And so anyway, so just kind of like in passing, you had said, hey, because we were talking about our trip, and the girls were in Sophia's room playing because they love to play Legos together and they hardly get to see each other. So, so in passing, you would say, "Hey, why don't y'all come with us to?"
I said, "Meet up with us in Cali."
Meet up with us in California. And I saw the look on my sister's face, like the wheels were turning. She was like, "Huh, maybe."
I said it as a joke. I didn't expect anything to come of it. I'm like, "Yeah, why don't you meet up with us?" And now she's gonna ruin my trip. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
No. So then the next day, I text her because I was like, "That would be such a cool thing," because my sister and I, we are very Disney, and always have been. We've always gone to Disney together, growing up at least.
Yeah.
And my sister was the one that, she would go back with me to at night to the parks, and we would ride the rides that nobody else would ride with us. And so we would just do that and spend time together, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I texted her the next day. I said, "Hey," or like a couple days later on Saturday I texted
because it was Friday. Yeah,
because Friday they were busy.
The aquarium. Yeah,
Friday they were busy. They got home really late Friday, and so Saturday I texted her and to make sure they got home okay and all that. I said, I can't even remember how I said it, but I was just like, "You really should come with us. Like, meet us over there." And so she was like, "Yeah, let me look into it. Let me price everything out." And then sure enough, like she booked her flight going. She booked the flight coming back. Today she just booked the hotel and got the tickets.
We were out and about. We were out and about yesterday on Saturday because I was just I need to get out of the house.
Yeah,
I just need to get out of the house. So we were just out and about, and all of a sudden I'm like, who are you texting? Oh, my sister. I'm like, all right, cool. They're just chit chatting. And she's like, no, I think she's gonna go. And I was like,
yeah,
really? And all of a sudden, like, yeah, she booked a flight. And I was like, really? Yeah, she booked this. I was like, what?
And so my niece doesn't know. No. She has no clue. So my sister has never been to California. She's been to Napa Valley. But she's never been to like LA and, all that. She's never been to Disneyland. And obviously my niece has never been to Disneyland. So it's going to be nice that, cause her and Sophia are very close. And, so it's going to be nice that they're going to experience Disneyland together for the first time.
And you're going to experience Disneyland with your sister for the first time.
Yeah, and me and her are going to experience it together.
And I'm the only male chaperone.
Yeah.
And I was talking about that with my coworker today. He's like, "Oh man, that's a lot of females." I was like, "I grew up around females my whole life, so it's fine." I was like, "But this gives me time. Like, if you guys want to do a roller coaster ride, I can go look at this thing over here that I want to check out, or if I want to do this,
Right.
it frees me up a little bit too.
Yeah, it does. And there's going to be rides that like my niece can't go on, that my sister might want to do. So, and I know there's going to be rides you don't want to do, which is going to be most of them.
75% of the rides I won't be doing.
Yeah, so most of them.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun trip. And so hopefully when we get done with this, my sister hasn't told my niece yet. Yeah. So we're going to tell her, we're going to FaceTime, and so that way we can see her reaction. Yeah. So, Sophia doesn't want to like talk to her today until she knows, because she's like, I can't keep a secret.
Yeah, she's awful at keeping secrets. The child is too honest for her own good.
Yeah, and plus it's exciting. So it's like you want to tell her.
Yeah.
Like it's the same trouble we had, with not telling Sophia.
Well, the good thing is that she was able to find a flight that lands half an hour before us.
Yes.
So she'll wait for us while we get there.
Yeah.
And I also happen to rent an SUV.
Yeah.
Because I don't like riding small cars. So
yeah. So we have all that worked out. And there's plenty of reservations for Disneyland for the month of October. So she had to check all that stuff. But yeah, so she finalized everything today. She's still keeping an eye on like other hotels just in case something else closer comes up.
I'm hoping that our hotel opens up.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Because if our opens up, then...
But I don't know if that will mess up her tickets. So, I don't know. I know. But, so because she did like a group thing.
Yeah, but I looked at getting the hotel, the Camelot with them. And it's way more expensive than our hotel.
Yeah.
And parking's even more expensive. So I was like, I'm just going to leave where I'm at.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So,
we'll be on vacation.
Yeah. But then she's not staying as long as we are. They're going to leave Saturday night.
Yeah.
And we're not leaving until...
Let's not give away your sister's itinerary on the air.
No, I know. Yeah. But I'm just saying, she's not going to leave until Saturday. We're going to do some sightseeing that day. And then take them to the airport. And then we're leaving Monday.
Yep.
So...
And I go back to work on Wednesday. Yeah. So it should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So that's enough gossip for now.
Yeah, that's all our news.
I feel like we haven't recorded in a while.
We haven't. We haven't recorded in a while.
It's because of you. I keep telling you let's record.
Well, we've been busy, and
I don't want to.
It's like when you ask me, it's like really late, and then I'm just tired, and I don't want to. So
tired of your 3-hour coffee breaks.
Shut up.
This is Kelly's gimmick. She
No.
Yeah,
I do not take 3-hour coffee breaks. I finish my coffee, but then I just sit there and I play like my little games on my tablet, and then I start doing stuff.
After she's been asleep for 10 hours.
Whatever.
She'll sit on the couch for another 2 hours.
Whatever.
And then she's like, I guess I gotta get up now. I guess. And I'm here waiting for breakfast. I'm like, I'm hungry. But whatever.
No, I get up and make your breakfast on Mondays and Tuesdays really early.
Yeah, then you go back to bed.
And then I go back to bed.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, I've interrupted my slumber by half an hour, so therefore I'm entitled to 3 more hours of sleep.
No.
Or 4. At least 4. We'll round it up to 4. All right. So this week's episode is a...
You're so mean to me.
I know I am. I know. Uh-oh. So our dog Bruce is in here, like, trying to be calm. He's trying his hardest.
He's trying. He's doing pretty good right now.
So this week's episode is a song about...
You all right?
Wow. Can we start over again?
Yeah, go ahead.
This week's episode is a song that is everywhere nowadays.
Yes.
It is on TikTok. They're playing it for everything imaginable.
Yeah.
Like if you're
it doesn't even apply.
Like if you're cooking a taco, they're playing this song.
Right. Giving your dog a bath.
If you're doing it is the most stupidest thing. Whenever I watch TikTok and I hear this song, I almost skip it.
Yeah, if it doesn't apply, yeah.
Because I know I'm like, they're doing something stupid.
Yeah.
I saw it on a credit card ad. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So it's Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. Am I interrupting something?
No.
Are you busy?
No.
Okay, because I can stop the show for you if you want.
No, I'm just I'm checking my phone, making sure of when...
She'll be right.
Yeah.
So she'll be good.
Yeah.
So the song is, like I said, literally everything. So everywhere. I think it's going to be... It has to be the song of the summer.
Yeah.
But it's
for
weird,
sure.
But it's weird to have a song of the summer from 1985 or whatever it was. Yeah, 85.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it just came back in 2022 to be the song of the summer.
Yeah. We were a year old when this song came out.
It's ridiculous.
Well, I was at least.
I was too.
What month did it come out?
I don't know.
Okay, then.
August.
So we were both a year older
Yeah.
then.
All right. So tell me about this song.
Okay. So this song is Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. It is from her 5th studio album, Hounds of Love, which came out in 1985. It was written and produced by her, and it was released in the United Kingdom as the lead single on August 5th through EMI Records.
August 5th, 1985.
Yeah. So the song reached number 3 on the UK singles chart and number 30 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the United States, and was her first top 40 hit in the US.
Yep.
That was when it was originally released. Now in 2022, it reached new peaks in both countries. Number 1 in the United Kingdom and number 4 in the United States. She performed the song live for the first time in 1987, backed by Pink Floyd guitarist David Gilmour.
That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And it was actually used as the main theme song for a BBC TV show called Running Scared.
Which was a children's drama, apparently.
So it's like Degrassi. Well, that's Canadian, isn't it? So I would say...
I have no idea what that is.
You know what Degrassi is? Drake was on that. It's like a Canadian Dawson's Creek situation.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
And then in 2012, there was a remix with new recorded vocals that was used during that year's Summer Olympics closing ceremony.
Yep.
And then it returned to the UK top 10 for 1 week at number 6.
Sorry, my screen went dark and I can't see anything.
It's okay. This year, it received new attention when it was prominently featured in season 4 of Stranger Things. Its appearance led to the song's resurgence on charts around the world, reaching top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topping the charts in 8 countries, including the UK.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So the representatives at EMI Records were hesitant to release the song with its original title of A Deal with God, owing to possible negative reception in more religious countries because of its use of the word God. So Bush relented and changed the title. And the album version of the song is listed as Running Up That Hill, A Deal with God.
Yeah.
Which a lot of songs do that. They do like a parentheses.
I guess it's easy to drop off that parentheses on a religious country. Like, okay, let's just drop that off. And it's still the title, quote unquote.
It's still
the
part
title.
of the title, yeah. So even though they wanted to release another song as the lead single, Kate Bush persuaded them to release Running Up That Hill first because it was the first song written for the album, and she felt that it better represented the broader feel for the album.
Now, I got to ask you, did you ever hear of Kate Bush before this?
Never
Never heard of her. And apparently she's
Never.
like famous.
Yeah, like, and I love 80s music, but I'm sure there's tons of 80s artists that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
But this one just never came across, my table of
Never. I
80s
never
music.
never heard it. I honestly, when we heard it on the show, I thought it was a new song.
Yeah, I did too.
I was like, in my head, I'm like, they got an artist to go with the 80s vibe song.
Yeah.
I was like, this song is fire.
Because like Paramore does a lot of their newer stuff is like 80s
80 vibe-ish.
80 vibe.
And the Midnight
Nightly.
And then the guy who did my intro song.
Yeah.
He does a lot of music based stuff of the 80s vibes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, they got someone pretty cool.
Yeah. But then again, it makes sense that it's not a new song because it's a show that takes place in the 80s. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that they got an original 80s musician to get their song. So, and apparently she is, from what we found out, is that she's a huge Stranger Things fan.
I think it's in the notes later.
Yeah, so that's why that's how they were able to get the song. So yeah. So anyways, I talked enough.
I'm enjoying it.
Go ahead.
So apparently the song's been misinterpreted. Bush has said that she was trying to say about the song that a man and a woman can't understand each other because we are a man and a woman, plain and simple. And if we could swap with each other's roles, and we could be in each other's places, I think we'd be very surprised. It would lead to a greater understanding between the two sexes. And the only way I could think it could be done was either, I thought a deal with the devil, and I thought, well, why not a deal with God? Which makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Because you hear that before, you made a deal with the devil. Like you sold your soul to the devil, whatever. That's like a common like phrase that people use.
Mm-hmm.
But I like her take on it.
And that's why she wants to call it a deal with God.
Yeah.
Was because she wants to make a deal with God for the people to exchange gender roles or sexes. And that way you can see, okay, males have this to face and then females have this to face.
Right.
And it's actually a really deep song.
Yeah. So it's not even like, I mean, I get what those executives were saying about the title, but it's not even a religious thing. It's not a religious song.
But that's the thing. With nowadays, I mean, well, back in the 80s during that whole, how do I say this? The Dungeons and Dragons and like they explain in the show, like people had that hysteria of religion, God and the devil. So if you have the word God, you have these people saying, well, she's being blasphemous. And you're like, no, it's actually, if you have to listen to the words and listen to it and make sure, understand that it's not what you think it is. Like,
it's not about God at all.
Yeah.
It's just about switching roles and seeing how the other person lives day to day.
Yeah.
That's the message she was saying. Yep. But like you said, like with Dungeons and Dragons, and even in the 90s when Marilyn Manson was big, like they blame everything that kids do, and they do it with video games too. Yeah. Like they blame every wrong thing that kids do. They blame it on the music. Yeah. They blame it on the board games they're playing. Yeah. They blame it on the video games. It's not that their fault.
No.
It's the kids and the parents.
It's what they see at home.
It's what they see at home. It's what they're allowed to do. You know, if they're slacked, you know, if the parents are slacked in their rules and boundaries, you know, kids rebel. Kids do things. Yeah. Not every kid, but a lot of kids. Yeah. You know, so to me, it's kind of hard to blame somebody else for that.
Yeah. And there's on the notes it says that Italy wasn't going to play it if it had the word God in the title. Italy wasn't going to play it. France wouldn't play it. Australia wouldn't play it. Ireland wouldn't play it. All because the word God was in the title.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Okay.
So like you mentioned, it came back to prominence in May 2022.
Yeah.
During a very, very dramatic and key part of the show.
Like
we won't say anything.
But it's like the best episode of all the seasons.
And also, it is the perfect song for that moment in time.
It really is. Like I have chills right now just thinking about it.
But it's funny because it says Bush has been known to rarely allow her songs to be licensed. But after Stranger Things directors, the Duffer Brothers, approached her to use the song, she revealed that she had been a big fan of the show and appreciated the planned use of the song.
Yeah. So they had to have told her how they were going to use it. But
it wasn't going to be a throwaway. It wasn't going to be like, oh, we're riding the school bus. Let's play Running Up That Hill in the background.
Right. Or like how they used
at the mall.
That Journey song, like for just a little bit. Too. It did work, but they only played it for a short period.
And they used it in the trailer.
Yeah. So this one, they used it for longer and, you know, were able to, it made an impact.
Yeah.
You know.
So it reached number 1 in the UK singles chart on June 17th, 2022. Oh my gosh. June 17th, 2022. And was Bush's first number 1 since Wuthering Heights in 1978.
That's crazy.
So upon reaching number 1, Bush broke 3 chart records. The longest wait between number 1 hits in the history of the UK charts, the longest time taken between a song's release and its reaching number 1, and the oldest female artist to reach number 1. On June 24th, 2022, the song charted at number 1 for a second week. The song also reached number 1 in 8 other countries: Australia, Belgium, Ireland, Lithuania, Luxembourg, New Zealand, Sweden, and Switzerland.
That's insane.
What about Cyprus? I charted in Cyprus. So in a sense, I'm a better recording artist than Kate Bush.
No.
Tell me about the U.S.
So in the U.S., the song re-entered the Billboard Hot 100 on June 11th, 2022 at number 8, which was an improvement from the single's initial 1985 peak of number 30. Mm-hmm. And it was her highest charting single on the Hot 100 to date.
Okay. So at this point in time, let's end the segment.
Okay.
And then If you're listening to us on Spotify Premium, at this point you will hear the song in its entirety, which will be really cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully they release the version that's on the show. If you're listening to Spotify free, you're going to hear 30 seconds of the song, which is fine. But if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts or any other podcast platform, you will not hear anything other than me coming back to the show because I'm not allowed to play music on those platforms. I can only play music on Spotify and Anchor. So, with that being said, we'll be right back. And we're back. We're better than ever. We're back. I haven't played any of my music, any of my clips this week.
I know, because we had a good flow going. We didn't need to. Oh my god.
Okay.
You can hit it again. Okay.
I'm waiting for that's what she said. All right. So, I almost said Sophia Bush. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Kate Bush thanked her
No,
fan.
that's an actress, Sophia Bush, I think.
Yeah, it's the girl from Chicago PD with the raspy voice, I think.
Yeah, and
Is it?
she was on One Tree Hill.
Never saw that show. Don't know.
Yeah. Sophia Bush.
Okay.
Yep. Anyways.
Now I forgot what I was going to say, so you proceed.
Yeah, sorry. So the song reached number 4 the following week, becoming Bush's first single to reach the American top 5. And it charted on the Billboard's rock charts and peaked at number 1 on both the Hot Alternative Songs and Hot Rock and Alternative Songs, and debuted at number 26 on the Alternative Airplay chart.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Sophia wanted us to say that she loves this song.
Yeah, this
and she
is
hears
her
it all the
favorite
time.
song right now.
And it's a song from 1985.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's really cool. I think it's a lot of people's favorite song right now. And Sophia doesn't even watch Stranger Things. Like,
No.
she's not going to watch this now.
No.
Definitely not. But yeah.
So, Bush thanked her fans on our website, noting that many young people who love the show were discovering the song for the first time, and that the response to Running Up That Hill is something that has had its own energy and volition. A direct relationship between the shows and their audience, and one that has stood completely outside of the music business. And the song was used once again in a trailer for the second part of the 4th season. Mm-hmm. They need to release that version of the song, because the one on the show, because it has like violins and a whole string orchestra on it. It is insanely amazing.
Yeah.
So, why do you like this song so much?
No, it's just it's actually something different.
Yeah.
It's not like what are you doing? It's not your typical 80s song, I guess, to me.
The video sucks.
Oh, the video is horrible, but most 80s
Yeah.
videos were not great.
We just watched the video yesterday. What was it? The Never Ending Story video.
Oh, yeah.
That was the most uncomfortable
Which
thing.
was also that same
on
song in Stranger Things season 4.
It was on season 3.
Was it season 3? Oh, I thought it was season 4. But yeah, so it was just, yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was season 3. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it's a cool song. I like her voice. I like the beat of the song, and the lyrics are just amazing. And that's, what she was saying about how she loves that people are hearing this song for the first time, that whether you grew up in the 80s or you didn't.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the show is about, is introducing music to people that haven't heard it before.
Yeah.
And even to us.
Yep.
So it's just
I like it. Like you said, I like the beat of it. I like the music of it. I like the lyrics. I like the voice of it.
Yeah.
I also like the cover that we heard from, I forgot who the cover artist was.
Oh, I don't remember. I didn't really care for the cover. I guess I'm sometimes.
But you're used to the original.
Sometimes I'm more partial to the original, just like the song that we heard yesterday. That's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, Come and Get Your Love.
Yeah. So we heard the remix.
No, hold up. Let's stop this right now. Let's finish this and then talk about that cover, okay?
All right.
So, is there any specific lyric that you like? I like the one where it goes,
if I only could, I make a deal with God. Please don't do that.
that was bad.
That was really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. it almost sounds like an anthematic song. That's what we talked about on the BPD podcast.
Yeah.
Like it's just
It's
like
an
it builds,
Yeah.
and it builds, and you feel that building
Yeah.
in your gut.
Well,
Like-
and it built, and in the show too,
Yeah.
it's like building inside of her,
Yeah.
and like she's like she finally like sees
Yeah, what she needs
the
to see.
light at the end of the tunnel,
Like your dog
and-
is right now.
and makes a beeline for that light.
Yeah, for
you
freedom.
know? Yeah. So
Yeah, I love this song, and it's just weird to discover a song that was made in 1985 in
Yeah.
2022.
but we were a year old.
Yeah.
So it kind of doesn't surprise me.
But also, I was exposed to a lot of music in that time frame that
Yeah.
I was exposed to, and I just don't remember.
Yeah. You need to ask your uncle and see if he knows her.
Which we got the biggest compliment from my uncle this week. On Friday, I called my uncle and my aunt, and we were just talking, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm listening to the show. I like it a lot." And I was like, "Yay!"
Somebody listens.
I was like, "Yay!" My uncle likes my stuff.
We have at least one person listening.
Oh, we actually cracked over 1,000 listens.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it only took since April. It's
That's not bad,
it's a
though.
slow build.
But so was BPD.
Yeah, BPD was a slow build, and then it just
And then it took off.
kept growing and growing and growing. But I don't know
Yeah.
why. I mean, I'm one that likes instant gratification, so I wish it would be like
Oh
instantaneous.
yeah.
Like
well,
all the
everybody
listeners
likes instant gratification.
and BPD is still growing. I don't understand why there's still people listening to it. Like, all right,
because
listen,
there are good episodes on there.
listen to the last episode and follow me here.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's fine. It's a fine tuning.
Yeah.
It's just I needed something different. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said to begin with, the BPD podcast served its purpose. It taught me how to do this thing, what platforms to use, and how to get better equipment and get a good flow going. Because I mean, we had one co-host, we had a couple of other guest appearances, and I felt like we were just all over the place.
Yeah.
And I wanted something of more of a path, a guide,
structure.
yeah, a structure. And this is what we have. I mean, I like this a lot better.
I do too, because I feel like we can't run out of songs.
No,
We can run out of albums
and artists.
and artists
Yeah.
real quick.
Yep,
But when you talk about an individual song, there are millions
billions,
upon
billions.
millions
Yeah,
of songs.
and
So-
I added 3 more songs to the list this afternoon at
Yeah.
work. I was listening to my Sirius XM that I got a trial for 6 months, and I'm listening to Pop 2K, and I'm listening to and 90s on 9. I was like, I'm adding this song. I'm adding this song. I'm adding this song, and it's nice to keep that document going. And
Yeah.
I'm hoping that people will actually send me requests on Instagram or on my emails. Hey, talk about this song.
Yeah.
Talk about that song, and
Yeah.
that's the goal. Eventually, to get to that point,
Yeah.
and we will. And eventually, we will have Megan on the show too.
Yeah.
We were texting the other day, and she's like, "Hey, I really want to be on the guest." I was like, "Hey, doors open.
Yeah.
It's whenever you're free."
Whenever she's free.
That's the
Because
problem.
now the house is finally
Getting built.
getting built. Like,
So
they're
it'll
laying concrete on
It'll probably
Friday.
be easier to get to us go over there to record
Yeah.
than her to come over here once
And
the house is done.
it's going to have to be once the house is done.
Yeah.
Because there is no place to do that right now.
Yeah, I think he's staring at that bug that's in the screen.
Probably.
He's like, this
Yeah.
bug is bothering me. So back to the cover songs.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a little ADHD. So the Real McCoy, this band in the '90s, it's 2 sisters and a German guy. They sang "Come and Get Your Love." Come and get your love. Come and get your
Right.
love. Come and get your love.
And I heard that song in the 90s.
And in my head, I remember hearing this song, and then Sophia yesterday in the car was like, "Hey, Dad, what did she say? Is this a cover of?
she said, is this a cover?
Is this a cover?" And I'm like, "No, honey, it's a Real McCoy song."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, Dad, this is a cover." I'm 38 years old, and until she said that yesterday, I was like, "Wait, hold up,
Yeah. And
this is a cover."
We didn't even realize it was that song.
And then she's like, "Yeah, it says hey, hey,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
It's the song from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and so you pulled it up on YouTube while we were driving. I was like, "Oh my god!" And
Yeah.
and it finally clicked. I'm like,
Like, we had no clue. So it's like you feel stupid because it seems like such a easy connection.
The 10-year-old figured it out, and we didn't.
I know. But she's okay. Sophia is very like observant, and she loves diving into like researching backgrounds on different stuff. Oh my God.
That was
Look
the
at you.
biggest mistake I've made on
Look
the podcast.
at you.
Holy crap. I am so sorry for that noise.
Look at you.
I dropped my water bottle and my pistol to keep Bruce in check, my little Nerf gun. I am so sorry for that, guys. If I blew out your eardrums, I am so sorry. That was so stupid of me.
I don't know what you were doing
I was
over
marking
there.
off my calendar.
Oh, really? Right now?
Yeah, because I got bored of your story.
Oh, gee, thanks.
No, go ahead.
But no, she, especially with Marvel, she's a huge Marvel fan, and she wants to be in a Marvel movie, and she loves Guardians of the Galaxy because she loves Chris Pratt. She thinks those are like some of the funnier movies. Look, don't hit that again, please. Okay. So anyways, so yeah, so it doesn't really surprise me that she knew this.
Yeah.
But I felt stupid.
I was just, it enlightened me. I was like, holy crap,
I felt so
that
dumb.
song.
I was like, oh my gosh, it's this song. How did we not realize this?
Never knew until right now.
Like I never made the connection.
No, neither did I.
It was just,
It was wild.
so yeah.
But hey,
You learn something new every
listen
day.
to the words. Now we learned. So, that being said, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so the show Instagram is Listen to the Words Podcast. The show email is listen to the words pod at gmail.com. Promote your stuff, hon.
Etsy and Instagram is Crafty Kelly's Workshop, Crafty with a K, Kelly's Kelly. I make lots of things.
She makes the things.
I make the things.
Yeah, I've been asked twice in the last 2 days of what you do for a living. And I was like, she makes stickers and t-shirts and stuff.
And
things. And
crochet.
Yeah. My barber asked me, and then Gino at work asked
Yeah.
me.
I take care of our child and our dogs.
Yeah, and the house sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to do most of the cleaning and cooking.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
I do everything around
Yeah,
here.
you do all the laundry.
Yeah, I do the laundry too.
Yeah, you cook.
I cook almost 6 days a week. I cook. I mean, someone has to cook because you're over there saying taking a coffee break for 3 hours.
I only let you take a break on Sundays.
Yeah. Sundays we eat out, and even then I can't pick out the food that we're going to eat. Kelly has to pick. That's the life I live.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Whatever.
Sign off.
Running up that hill. I don't know.
That was bad.
I know it was.
That was really embarrassing. That's almost as bad as I don't even want to post this episode now because you just bombed. Wow.
I would make a deal with God.
What do I say to that? I don't know. Like, okay. Like God's gonna be like, God's gonna be like, yeah, sure. What do you have to offer me?
Yeah, nothing.
Like,
absolutely nothing.
My
love.
Can we make a deal? And he's like, no.
No, we can't.
No is a complete sentence.
This is what you get.
Yeah, that's it. You ended up with him. That's your choice.
Yep. I know.
All right, then. Well, I'm going to sign off with hasta luego, guys. We'll see you next week.